Ciao everyone, Massimo's here. Let me know if you can hear me. Obviously, I was meant to do a match reaction to this one today, but the boys have played even worse than expected. And just so everyone knows, we're very calm and collected here. I woke up with very minimal expectations today. Very minimal, as we see 3 people join, covering a bit of extra time here now, and then we'll move right into a match reaction. I don't expect many people to join. Most people will just be watching the game. So if anybody does pop in, make sure you say hi. All right. Massimo, have you been watching the whole game? Hey, we've got a few people here. Disaster, Balkan Warrior says. Yes, it is. Oh, we suck. Are we even going to win? Who knows? Just like last year, live in extra time. Hey, he remembers. Giovanni remembers, bro. I don't know if there's any heroics. Giovanni says he'd rather watch me than watch the game. That's nice, man. It wasn't a penalty chopping more, and I hate when we dive. I hate when we dive. Absolutely hate when we dive, man. So I think the game's been it's been absolutely awful. Absolutely awful game. Awful game. We've got 11 people here right now. But yeah, it has been dreadful. Anthony, ciao Ian, ciao Mattia. I knew we were going into extra time. Mattia, I've got to send you a screenshot. I've got a $5 bet of Parma to win in extra time. It pays $210. $5 returning $210. If this team wants to screw up my Tuesday, is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Wednesday. If this team wants to screw up my Wednesday, they can pay my gas bill, my dinner, my petrol for my car. They can pay the lot today, bro. They can pay for the lot of it. 20 people here right now watching me who probably prefer to watch me or have one eye on the game as well. Mario probably will get the penalties. Probably will get his penalties. Correa can only dive. Yo, what's going on to all the curs in the house? Close your eyes and imagine Gags and Dumfries on one side and Correa as your striker. Don't need to close your eyes and imagine it, bro. It's actually happened. What's going on, Eric? Everyone in the chat, nice to see you. Nice to see you. Nice to start the day with you guys. Yep, just confirming everything's calm here. I didn't expect anything good to come out of this game. After waking up and seeing the lineup, I just thought to myself, this is going to be pathetic. This is going to be absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. And here we are. It's 9 o'clock in the morning here in Sydney. And it's just a banter level performance. Like even now, when we're getting back to reset our shape, it's been absolutely horrendous. I guess I'll use this opportunity to talk about some of the players today and just how bad that they've been fundamentally from top to bottom. Players like Bastoni and De Vrij who are playing against a Serie B team today but playing poorly. What's your issue? What's your excuse? Players like Denzel Dumfries. What's your excuse? Joaquin Correa. God, Joaquin Correa is shit. He is absolutely crap. He is absolutely crap, man. Joaquin Correa is absolutely horrendous. I cannot even begin. Oh, man, how bad is the guy? How bad is the guy? Inter in possession. So Damian's come on. He's been one of the subs. So has Bellanova, Eden Dzeko, Federico Di Marco, Francesco Acerbi. Here are your substitutions for today. Your players that have been pulled out are Robin Gosens, Bastoni, Denzel Dumfries, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and I forget who the other one is. Do you want to come in, Mario? You want to come in for this one? Maybe we can be the good luck charm the same way we were for Empoli, but for some reason, I doubt it. Excuse me while I just mute the mic for a second. Yeah, I got you. One sec. All right, I've just texted to you, bro. Well, my next question, like I didn't want to put it in the thumbnail, but if we go out today, shouldn't the conversation start that Inzaghi's job is on the line? 25 people here right now. Make sure you like the video. Let me know if you are new. Like, it only makes sense to me because we can't just sit here and pretend like the objective, if you don't win the Scudetto, is to at least collect one trophy. And as of right now, we're sort of staring down the barrel of, let's say we're not going to win the title this season. I think that's a fairly educated thing to say. If we don't go through today, we've just thrown away 2 domestic trophies in the space of 3 days. And we'll complete the tripletta. The tripletta of failure will be complete if we don't beat Milan, and all 3 competitions are pretty much gone in the last 3 days. Yo, Mario, hold on one sec. Let me just get my headphones. You can talk to the lovely people. Don't swear too much.
Yeah, you got it. Man, we stink. This is a bad game. I mean, we can't even keep up with the Serie B team. Like, this is making Palermo look good. I don't understand what this team is trying to accomplish with this. I don't know if they're just, half-assing it, if they just don't care. I have no idea. I mean, I'm watching this game, and it's just bad. There's just no motivation, I guess, is what it is.
There's no motivation, bro. And like what Ian says, we can't afford the Inzaghi compensation, so we can't afford a new coach. But I want some people to start talking about how he is underperforming and how he is becoming not a failure at his job, but he's definitely underperforming in his job, bro.
It's hard, especially because he was put in a position to fail.
Yeah.
Given the whole, we just won the Scudetto, we lost our 2 best, most influential players, Lukaku in basically his prime. So it's not like he was given the same team to just make it better. I mean, he did what he could initially, and we went back and forth on it. How he said, like, yeah, it's not good, but at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, this isn't the same team. You can't really compare it to what it was, unfortunately. But like, the more we watch, the more we just see how Inzaghi is just like a very average manager. There's nothing to it. Like, this is his second, third season with the team, and it doesn't really look like there's much progress.
Yeah. Like, I get it. His non-first team, his bench players, like, they're really bang average. Our rotators would barely start for a mid-table Serie A side. But remind everybody who we're playing today, what league they're in, what they're coming in that league. They're also no wins in 6 games. Also, their best attacker isn't in the game at the moment. They've also subbed in Buffon, who's 44 years old, only played 4 games this season, and made a save 2 minutes before full time, almost as good as he did on Zidane in the World Cup final. We've got possession. Gagliardini, who's now clocked 101 minutes under his belt today. Another amazing day for Lord Gags. We've turned it over here. Shot from distance. Oh, Parma. I swear to God, they came dangerously close once again to grabbing the winner. Toro is exhausted, not to mention a little bit injured as well. I'm just going to drop Mario out until he gets his camera back on. We've got 25 people live with us right now. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you are new, and stick around after the full-time whistle for just a little bit of post-match reaction. But I recommend everybody goes to I recommend everyone goes over to the Zio Sharma channel for his delayed match reaction. If he is still doing one, I'm sure he is. Sympathy for Inzaghi, considering our ownership and directors, but honestly, tonight's one of the worst of the lot, man. It's one of our worst performances under him for sure. I put a little bit of money in my Bet365 account. I leave $5 in there, Massimo, and you can pretty much live stream majority of sports around the world, unless they're like the highest in-demand sports like the Premier League or the Champions League or the Super Bowl final or UFC fights, stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. The expectations are adjusted, man. Like, look at me. Do I look phased to you over this? Like, we're the defending champions in this competition. Nothing besides a 3-0, 4-0 win should be acceptable today. But ain't nobody surprised at this. Ain't nobody surprised one bit. Ooh, over the bar, not too far away. Who was that got the shot off? DiMarco, of course it was. It looked like a DiMarco shot. Oh, your dad. You guys actually pay to watch this crap? I feel sorry for you, man. I wouldn't be paying to watch this, even on Paramount. I just keep money in the
Yeah,
Bet365
I,
account.
I use
You
I
use
use somebody
Paramount as
else's
well?
account. Fuck that.
Oh, you someone else's account? Yeah, that's the way to do it,
Yeah,
man.
I use
I've
someone
been
else's
using my
account.
best friend's I've been using my best friend's KO account, which is like our version of streaming B in sports here, for a good 4.5 years now.
Paramount's annoying. It's good, it's bad, it's good again, it's bad again. Sometimes they let you do picture in picture, sometimes they don't, depending on whatever device you're using. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Yep. 1 minute left. Oh, sorry, 30 seconds left until halftime of extra time. Oh man, absolute disaster class. Absolute
Correa
disaster.
stinks.
Oh, bro, how bad is Joaquin Correa, man?
Oh my
How?
God,
Oh,
I don't know
oh.
what I'm seeing here. I watch him play, and it's just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, bro. Like you think, how can you fall so far from the level you were at Lazio to now?
Oh man, it's bad. Like I don't think he did anything productive. I can't say one good thing about what he's done today.
Oh no, no. I think there was I wasn't really watching so intently in the first half. I had one eye on this and one eye on the
Mhm.
Carabao Cup quarterfinal. But I think there was a time where Mkhitaryan flicked it back to him, and he didn't have an open goal, but it was as close to an open goal as it can almost get, and he just dragged it wide, didn't he?
I don't know. I was paying half attention, then I was watching on the train,
Yeah.
and I lost the service half the time, so I did
Oh,
what I could.
nice. Nice.
But
Half time in extra time. Scoreline is still 1-1. And yes, it does seem like, I know even if we were to go through, this might seem a little bit premature, but I'm just getting feelings like it feels like the beginning of the end of not only just our season, but of this last part of a cycle that's still clutching on to the Conte fairy dust in a way.
yeah,
The last few players, the last little scraps that are coming together. I think it's all done. I think it really is all done.
yeah, I don't know. It's on its tail end. Like there has to be some kind of changes made. I don't know if Inzaghi's trying to hold on to Conte's system and like make it his own, or I still don't know what he's trying to do, honestly, because there's no clear plan. Like
Mm-hmm.
we have backups. They stink, obviously. Like
Yeah.
Gagliardini, nothing. Aslani needs to play more if you want to get
Mhm.
anything out of him. Villanova is actually like a bright spot in this game, I'd have to say. He came on and I'm like, he's much better than Dumfries somehow.
Oh, Dumfries was so bad again today
He's
as well.
toast,
So
man. I
crap.
can't stand him.
So crap.
He was such a project in its own. Like,
The
and it's
fact
just
that we can still get as much money as we can for him is just everything that's wrong with modern football, man. It really is.
like how people. I don't know how people still want him. Like, do they not watch the games? Or do they just see like Dumfries every 4 years and just hold on to the one goal he scored and the one game he had against USA in the World Cup? Like,
Yeah. They'll hold on to that. As I said before the tournament, bro, all you need is one good game, one or two
yeah,
good games in a World Cup, and you're all of a sudden world class. Look how many players have been transferred after World Cups when they were nowhere near worth their price tag.
James Rodriguez.
Marcus Rojo.
Yeah, the list goes on. Joe Cole.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Joe Cole.
Joe Cole.
He was all right.
No, he wasn't too bad. He had like 2 really good years, I think, at top level. I'll always remember his goal, I think, on opening day of the 2006 World Cup, where he volleys it with his chest first and then smacks it from outside. It's
Another
like one
goal.
of the cleanest goals you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
A lot of whistles coming from the stands from Dumfries. Got 27 people here, which is very nice. Make sure you like the video.
Let's go.
Subscribe if you are new as we get these last 15 minutes underway. We could have a live penalty shootout on our hands here today while we do the watch along, and wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that just make it worth it in a way?
If you're gonna
Even
put
if
me
we win,
through,
lose or draw, like
if you
it'll
put
just
me
be
through
fun.
2 hours of this garbage, there better be
Yeah.
penalties. Like this is I want my time back. I want Inter to refund me the money I didn't pay. Like I had a teacher in college once, and she used to sue people who put her on hold. Companies that would put her on hold.
Wow.
I'm like,
Saying you've stolen my time. You have no right to do that.
yeah. She's like, I'm a doctor, this and that. I'm like, you're such a loser.
Yeah.
You have absolutely nothing better to do. So she basically sent him a bill,
Far out.
and then she failed me.
Then she failed you.
And I would go to her extra, like meeting time or whatever that she had, meeting whatever, and she still wouldn't help me. She'd be like, all right, do it yourself. I'm like, I have questions. She's like, okay, it's in the book over there. I'm like, okay, why am I here? What am I here for?
False advertising as a
Right?
as a college teacher.
I'm like, do I have to pay you too?
Oh man, DiMarco to swing in a corner, 107th minute. Literally, I think Skriniar is like talking to him from the corner flag. Skriniar is sick of Inzaghi. Oh my God, Aslani miskicking a ball like it's the first time he's ever training in a park. And here come Parma on the counter attack, turning Gagliardini inside out.
I'm like 30 seconds.
Still got the ball. Oh yeah, all good. I'm just gonna commentate. We've got 7 men behind the ball, and none of them look like they can make a tackle. Just
DiMarco still
requiring Damian to run back and make it. He's got some good-looking hair.
Did you see Damian just get walked around in the first half of the extra time on that corner?
Oh yeah,
it was bad.
Oh yeah,
like that. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I dislike him, just because like shit like that.
Dude, I'll always like him, but at the same time, we like him circumstantially because of, he came in under Conte, he's won stuff, but we got to stop giving these contract extensions out to these Damians and D'Ambrozios and everybody, bro. We just got to let them leave. Yeah. Can anybody in the chat, everyone in the chat, just let me know how the quality is? I just got a message from my mate saying it's all choppy and laggy, but it shouldn't be. It says I've got a 100% connection, so it might just be him. Header, Buffon is on the line.
Maybe he's watching from like a cave?
Nah. All good. I think it's all good now.
Yeah, I'm watching. I got the stream up on YouTube. It looks good.
Sweet. Dzeko had the cross in. The header came in from, I think that's Bellanova. Yeah. Barella on the sideline looking hella pissed off. Just not happy at all. Players like Barella and Skriniar are watching this on the sideline going, these king guys, man. These guys.
Like,
are you telling us if we're not on the pitch, we can't win a game against the second division side?
This is
Here
rough.
Comes DiMarco. Oh, it's so rough.
Like, I expect more from like players like Mkhitaryan. He's been there. He's done that. Games, he's a good player. He's one of those guys. He's a leader on the team, supposedly.
We're asking these good players into their mid-30s to do the job of week in, week out starters. Like, it doesn't work like that, bro. These men aren't there to do that. There's a reason why we're talking about Edin Dzeko at 36 years old still being our best player. But at the end of the day, he's also our most talked about in terms of being frustrating. DiMarco with a cross in, still a chance. Correa heads in. Is that Correa? Can't be. It's 2-1. Inter have scored. It's a Cherby. It's a Cherby, bros. Karma, redemption from the Monza bullshit right up your culo, bros. A Cherby goal. Smiles from Skriniar and from Buffon. Mario, be real. Does anybody take this bloody competition seriously, the Coppa Italia? It looks like everyone just treats it as a joke.
Napoli fans think the Coppa Italia 2020 is the greatest thing since World Cup 1935.
That's the one where they beat Juve on penalties.
Freaking golazo, though. Oh man!
Look at that header, bro. That's a Van Persie. That's Van Persie. Van Persie straight.
Stupid goal. What a stupid goal.
Prime RVP, bro. Chip Buffon, head and all, cuz. Yeah, sorry guys. Honestly, I'm streaming on Bet365, meaning I'm closer to the game watching it than any of you guys streaming it.
Yeah.
So you might need to mute it.
I'm on
um,
Paramount, so I probably have the rest of you bozos.
that Napoli one, they beat Juve. They beat Juve on penalties, right?
Yeah, whatever it was.
I just moved into my house. I was literally unpacking like my fridge or my couch in the morning, and I was watching it on the screen. And when they won it on penalties, I was like, "Let's go! It's a good omen."
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy they won. I have no problem with it. But it's funny because they were like, "Oh, what if you guys won?" And then like 6 months later, we won the fucking Scudetto.
That's right. I forget you have to deal with Napoli fans all day, every day, whereas I don't.
I
So
love it. And they're like, "Oh,
love
it
it.
doesn't count. It's a COVID Scudetto because what? We
Yeah.
played 38 games just like you did, and we won."
Yeah. We still like
Oh,
at the end of the day, we may not have had fans. It might have been during a pandemic, but they're not going to scratch our name off that title. That's still number 19, whether they want to believe it or not.
you're gonna look back 40 years from now, you're gonna see Inter 2020 champions. That's all you need to know. Or whatever it was.
Good quality stream, good quality amount of people here, 27. Like the video, subscribe if you are new. Let us know what you think about this game and performance. I'm going to leave the thumbnail and the title the way it is because you shouldn't be going to extra time. Oh my God, Onana just stepped the freaking striker. That was risky, bro. That was risky. That was Mario's moment on air to absolutely kill him.
I like the comment from this Milan guy. Didn't Inter have the same problems last season against Empoli? Empoli gives everybody problems.
CQ's a don, bro. He's always commenting on here on Sharma. Donates a little bit as well. Absolute G.
Appreciate you. No, Empoli's a tough team to play against. Like,
oh yeah.
How many times have I said it on stream here in Cultural Connection? Everywhere I go, I'm like, Empoli is a good team. But they're not.
Toro, still fighting for it, Toro. Well done. No, Empoli is a good team, man.
They play
and Ranocchia saved us.
They play good ball, but then they just, they just don't have it. So they have those mental collapses where they let up 3-4 stupid goals at a time.
Yeah. Is Correa still on the pitch? He must be. Hey, Milan Capitano Skriniar coming on for 7 minutes just to make sure no one makes a calamity mistake. But here comes Correa. Correa's coming off, I think. Looks confused as to why he's being subbed 112 minutes. Nah, he looks really cranky with himself once again, as he should be. Guy's an absolute prissy little bitch. Sorry. I got to say stuff like this. I don't like talking about our players like this, but it is what it is. I
don't hate Lautaro as much as I normally do. I've noticed. Like even though like he should be performing better in this game, he should be taking control. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with him. It's more Correa that I have the problem with.
I don't see anything wrong with Lautaro in a sense that if he was actually playing in a slightly better team with a better system and a little bit more grit or grinta, you can probably add 5 goals to his tally so far this season, a couple of assists, and we'd be sitting here talking about how he's still the best forward in the league. This forward he has this season, I don't even think he's in that debate for this season. Whereas last season, you could almost go neck and neck between him and Osimhen right until the end, or maybe Vlahovic is a slight outsider, but as of this season, I don't think anyone could put Toro in that bracket.
No, he's not what he was last year. Last year he took a really big step forward, and this year he just I wouldn't even say he plateaued. He took a step back. We're right back where he was.
100%. Let's see if we can close out this 2-1 lead. Anthony says we've got 30 people here, which is nice. Rano saved us with a bicycle kick. Bruno is a little bit deluded. Probably didn't sleep much last night. Hi, first time in the stream. Just want to say enjoy the stream. Funny guy. Correa coming out now. Will there be a post-match? We'll just stick around on this video, man. Giovanni, if that's okay. I'm not going to make another video, like another stream, that is. Might do like a short post-partita later on, like a quick video, 5-6 minutes, just film it. But we'll just stick around on here 10 minutes, 15 minutes after full time, if that's all right with Mario. Not even 10, 15 minutes. And then let's just see what time Sharma's scheduled to go on, because I'll dip as soon as he goes live so everyone can go on and chill to the smooth sound sailings. Yeah, he's scheduled to go live. He keeps delaying his stream like every 10 minutes, which sounds about right considering how this game's going. What's happened here? We got someone on the floor. We have it's Toro. He's just faking it a bit. Forearm in the face. Love him. Oh yeah, like he's our biggest prima donna still, but at least he always tries to do it in a way where the only thing he's trying to do is to win possession or to help us gain control. It is what it is. We live in a day and age, Mario, where you need to play the dark arts to some degree, man.
It's how the games become. You know, you got to do every little thing you can to gain that advantage. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly. Did you say if you're not cheating, you're not trying?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Where'd you hear that?
Barstool Sports.
Bro, that header from Achedby, they've just showed it again. It's like prime Robin Van Persie, bro. Honestly, that's a joke.
I'm watching the replay. I'm like, wow, Buffon took forever to get up on that. Like, you punch the ball, you go down, and then you have to be ready. He got punched it, went down. I was like, got up, and then it was too late.
Yeah. Ball into the box from Parma as they pressure a bit more. DiMarco takes a knock, massive hit. I think that's out for a goal kick. Lautaro standing on the sideline. Oh, he's actually got a little bit of blood on his lip.
Yeah.
There you go.
I saw him holding his lip on the.
Good on you, man.
Original.
Rub some dirt on it. Yeah, people keep asking me when my next FIFA stream is. You know what? I think I'll do one today. I'll cut you guys a deal because I was going to do one after Monza, but don't ask me to do anything after that goal. If we can hold on for the last 4 minutes here, no guarantees, obviously, then I'm more than happy to do a FIFA stream today. More than happy to do that.
If I had FIFA, I'd say I'd play you.
Sorry?
If I had FIFA, I'd say I'd play you.
I just got PS5 like a week before Christmas because in Australia, they finally started stocking it back in stores and it was like readily available for the first time ever. Yeah, ever. Like since it's come out, it was the first time where you could actually look online and go, can I get a PS5 in Sydney? Oh, look, there are shops that have PS5s in Sydney.
I got mine a couple years ago. Like I had to get like a $600 bundle just to get it.
Yeah.
And then I ended up just getting a PC and I don't touch the thing anymore.
Well, yeah, most people who have a PC look at people with consoles like they're weird. I'm just not a gamer altogether, so I couldn't care about anything like that. This team is so done. I'm glad it doesn't affect my mood anymore. Yeah, look, I'd be lying if I said it still doesn't affect my mood. But hey, look how calm and collected that we are here today. The Coppa is the Coppa at the end of the day.
I was gonna bet our comeback when we were down in like the 75th minute. I was like, no, even like the 60th minute in this game. I was like, I know we're gonna come back in this game. I know we're gonna tie this up at the very least. I was like, let me put $10 on it. Let me see where that goes. But then I was like, you know what? If I do that, we're gonna lose 3-0.
So you're live betting at the moment on sports? You're able to do that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. How much money is there potentially to make when you actually watch the games live and bet live when you're watching it, man?
There's a lot. I mean, Bet365 doesn't let you live bet?
No, it does. That's how I make majority of the money that I make when I bet, man. I bet live.
Oh, yeah. I don't live as much because I just don't watch games that I bet on. I bet on like basketball, baseball, football. And I'm just like, here, take my money.
I was actually like, for the first time ever in my life, it was 3 days ago, I bet on NFL. I picked 3 favorites and 2 of them lost. And one of them lost comfortably. Yeah, comfortably. I think it was the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I don't watch NFL. I don't follow it. I could not name you one player besides Tom Brady. And like that's it. I was like watching it. I'm like, the Dallas Cowboys, they went down by 2 touchdowns. I'm like, it's a bit weird for $1.47 odds, but okay.
Yeah, it's been rough the past couple of weeks. It's just gotten really weird. Like the Texans team in football decided they want to win and lose their first overall draft pick. Like you can't see this happening because there's no reason for them to win that game.
Yeah. That's what I messaged one of the inter chats that I was in, and a couple of people were talking to me like, this is an impossible round to bet on because some teams are playing for stuff, some teams aren't. You don't know who's coming on the roster. Mm-hmm. They update it late, blah, blah, blah. Yep.
We lack pace up front. Yeah, we do. I mean, we got Dzeko and Lautaro and Correa. Correa is, I think, if you were to put Correa, Dzeko, and Handanovic to race, I think Handanovic wins that race.
Yeah, he does probably. But Julia, seriously? 3 more goals and he's already in the top 10? That snuck up. Seriously. Now, off the top of my head, who's scored more? You know what? You're probably right. He's probably got just as many, if not more goals than Milito or Ibrahimovic with how many years he's been here now. Maybe not as many, but he'd be on course to take over them.
He has how many goals has he scored for us?
I don't know. We'll check that later. Guys, there's 20 seconds left in the 120. Honestly, I've been more interested in looking at Mario in this chat than the game. It's been that bad, but we're extremely close to the whistle and to a quarterfinal spot. So I'll just shift my focus to the game for the last 2-3 minutes. However,
Wait. Is that stat for Serie A or total goals? Because I'm looking this shit up on Wikipedia and that doesn't really add up.
I'm not too sure actually, man, but it'll be interesting to find out because I didn't think he was quite at top 10 yet.
I mean,
Like, has he got more goals than Adriano? More goals than Julio Cruz?
I don't know. I'm only looking at the top 10 right now.
Cool.
So right now you have Meatta, Altobelli, Boninsegna, Mazzola, Cevenini, Lorenzi, Nyers, Icardi, Vieri, Aibi. And, some of these guys are super old, but, it's like 287, 209, 170, 160, 156, 143, 133, 124, 123, 106. Lautaro is 66.
Ibrahimovic was around there somewhere, but oh well.
My NFL team is the Detroit Lions.
Oh, nice. You go for Detroit. I go for Detroit in the NBA. I just haven't followed the NBA much since COVID and since they went all ultra political. And I was watching it. I'm just like, what the hell's going on here? This is American sport for you.
84. 84 goals? What?
60 seconds left. Ian Kerr did call a 2-1 in the preview, and Onana has possession with 49. Why would you not pick the ball? Oh, it was passed back. It must be. I'm like, why would you not pick that ball up?
Yeah.
Big ping from Onana forward. Stick around for about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes after the game. Sharma's probably going to go live in about 5-10 of those minutes. Last chance of the game here for Parma with 30 seconds to go. Wouldn't it be absolutely something for them to score and for this to go to penalties? Mario, if I offered you quarterfinals right now or penalties lottery, what would you take?
If you offer me who?
If I offered you the quarterfinal spot right now or a Parma equalizer and we go to penalties and risk it all, what would you take?
Penalties.
You are a ballsy mofo, bro. I love it.
I want to win in penalties.
Turned over. 5 seconds to go. Inter is through to the quarterfinals of the Coppa Italia. Short little clap from Inzaghi and a high five from Di Marco. You're not going to see a smile from me. Beppe Marotta exits the stadium like he's absolutely ready to exit the club as a whole. It's looking a little bit bleak for Inter at the moment. We've won the game. We're through to the quarterfinals. Let us at least be happy to an extent that this day is not sort of ruined in a way. But, the damage was done when for the first 71 minutes for me, we did not concede. We did not, what's it called? We didn't have a shot on target. We did not have a shot on target for 71 minutes, which was absolutely disgusting. A couple of other disgusting moments in the match include when Roberto Inglese was getting subbed on, and I honestly thought with all of my heart that this guy was going to end up getting on the score sheet, and I thought to myself, I'll never forgive Inter for that if it happens. But now, as I go and look at the Coppa Italia playoff bracket, I forget what side of the draw we are on this time around. Let's have a look.
Yeah, I'm looking on Transfer Market at that list now.
I'm looking at scoreboard. So we've just gone through against Parma. I think that we're going to come up against the winner of Atalanta Spezia, is it? Yeah, I think the winner of Atalanta and Spezia, because Bologna play Lazio, Monza play Juve, Napoli play Cremonese, Roma play Genoa, Sampdoria play Fiorentina, Torino play Milan. So it's Atalanta or Spezia, as Ian Kerr confirms for us. Should win that, to be honest, even if it is against Atalanta. Like, at this point, I'd rather play a Serie A team that has stuff to play for in the league than play a Serie B team like Parma that's going to play like it's their cup final of the year or their most important game of the season. Mario, thoughts going into the quarterfinals as we see a very, very flat Inter, like Tim says, go through?
I don't know. I don't think they really care anymore.
They really don't look like they care, do they?
If they don't care, then why should I care?
Well said, man. If they don't care, why should we care? From top to bottom, from ownership to bottom.
All right. So
did you think anybody was good today?
Good. I liked Bellanova when he came on. I liked I think Onana made a couple good saves.
He did. He was a little bit scrappy though. He was still a little bit scrappy.
Yeah, like I said, he's scary. He'll make the amazing saves. He'll make the impossible, but then like he scares the hell out of you.
Yeah.
Who else did I like? I like Dzeko when he came on. Actually, I think he looked to get us to calm down going forward and give us an option.
Mm.
The midfield was useless. I don't know. Maybe Darmian was okay when he came on. I think he kind of just calmed it down in the back. And he also
Yeah.
has that attacking presence where he can just play a ball and he is like what Marco should have been.
Yeah.
But that's me. Maybe I'm just making that thing up and it's what I want it to be, and I'm living in my fantasy. But
I was watching Aslani closely today, and I think that he's better when he plays as an 8 in between two midfielders.
yeah.
I really don't think he can play as a CDM. I don't
Mhm.
think he's up to that level yet. Maybe he was playing for it at Empoli in their tactical setup, but in this team under Inzaghi, to ask Aslani, who's 19, 20 years old, to play the defensive anchor in this
No,
side, that's definitely not going to work, man.
he's not there yet. He needs a couple of years next to Brozovic. He needs to learn from Hakan. He needs to look at how those guys do it and get more used to that center mid position for now.
Yeah,
And like we saw with Ericsson, we saw with Hakan. Like he's I would say he's next in line for that kind of transformation. It would make sense,
yeah,
but for right now, he doesn't. He can't do it. It's not worth risking it. But he does need to get playtime in there eventually, maybe next season. But right now, he kind of just needs to. He needs to play.
yeah,
That's really what it is. He needs to play.
Yep. Artis Javier agrees. Fan page is in. DiMarco was awful. I don't think he was that bad, man. He
He
brought the
was. I wouldn't say
energy. Like,
awful. Like I hate him, but I wouldn't say he's awful.
Like with DiMarco, at least you're going to get directness and
Yeah.
like into the box. Like he's going to try to provide or create something. Now with this comment, Simeone might be at a job at the end of the season. Like we know that Simeone is like the highest paid manager in the world. I don't think someone like him who's put together so much cash would have a problem taking a 70% pay cut to come to a club that he loves. Because keep in mind the guy was getting paid something stupid like 30 million a season at Atletico to be their manager. He wouldn't have a problem taking a pay cut. When you're in this sort of brackets, you can take a pay cut from millions to millions. It won't hurt your family, believe it or not. But
Would you want to play his type of soccer though?
well, that's the thing. He plays the most anti-football in context to how large his club is. Like if there was a linear graph of how bad your football is in comparison to how large your club is and how much you need to appease your fans, he's right at the top of that one. I actually don't know. I don't speak to many Atletico fans or follow their socials, so I'm not 100% sure how many of their fans have wanted him to leave for a while. I'm going to go out on a limb and say there has to have at least been some sort of stance or some sort of uproar or some sort of communique from the fan base that, Diego, we're very grateful for you, but it's probably time that you move on a little bit here. Otherwise, why would A, he walk away from a paycheck like that?
Yeah.
And B, why would he walk away from a club like that?
Yeah, and like especially because they signed such high-profile players recently, like Joe Felix, Rodrigo de Paul. They had Luis Suarez. They have big name players, and did they win with them? No, right?
They might have won a La Liga in between. Can you look that up for me, man, to see the last time they won La Liga? I don't think they won a Copa del Rey at all from memory, from what I did. Two of those players that you mentioned are no longer there. The latter one, obvious, being João Felix, who just got the here we go from Chelsea
today.
Yeah, who just got the here we go from Romano this morning to go to Chelsea on loan. Luis Suarez is still scoring goals, and he just signed for
Grêmio.
think he might have Grêmio, didn't he?
Yeah, Grêmio,
yeah, in Brazil, which is still a decent move for him at his age, but he's a serial goal scorer, so he's going to do that. So, yeah, I thought
they
it was
won
great extra time.
2021. Atletico won.
They did win it, didn't they?
2020, 2021.
See, that's the thing. They keep Simeone there because without him, they're not going to win a league again. He's literally kept them at the top, man, that manager. And, yeah.
Third place last year. This year, they're in fifth place, behind by 11, second place, and Barcelona's running away.
With Cholo, it would sort of be Conte all over again, bro.
Yeah, you can't. I wouldn't get rid of him, honestly. There's no reason.
I don't know. Yeah,
that's like saying like, hey, this is what like they do in in like baseball, let's say, for anybody who actually follows baseball, they'll have a manager for like 5, 6 years, and even though he has like a really bad year or two, they'll still keep him because the next year he can still bring the team back up, sort of thing. And that's how I see Simeone as a manager over there. Like, yeah, sure, right now they're 5th place, not doing the best. They buy a lot of players, and they might not be fulfilling their potential or their price tag, whatever you want to say. But I think they're much better off with him than they are with the next guy that's going to walk in. Like, I don't think anybody can also just take this team and say, "Oh, we're going to consistently be first, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third," and have like a blip. And oh my God, it's the end of the project, the end of the world.
Yep.
He's a top manager, but I don't know.
I think it's all about getting to the end of the season and just seeing objectively on paper how Inzaghi's gone in another season where the money is dry, the ownership is inconsistent, that management didn't get their way in the mercato. So, we complain all season long, but at the end of the season, it'll be. I did a video on this during the World Cup. I was like, how will Inzaghi be judged at the end of the season? And I said at the end of it, it's not going to be tough to objectively make a decision. At the end of the year, you'll literally be able to see in black and white on paper in large font whether or not he succeeded this season. And it simply comes with either winning the Super Coppa or the Coppa, getting to the Coppa final, making top 4, and getting past Porto. We're not asking to set the world on fire. We're just asking to remain in a respective bracket now until next season.
Yeah, I think they're going to look for any little victory to keep him. I mean, it's hard to just let go of a coach in this economic state that we're in. It doesn't make sense. Plus, it's like
impossible.
Yeah, who are you gonna bring? Who's gonna do better? Who's gonna do remotely close if they do come? So
I think the players need to understand this just as much as the fans do, man.
I think the players and the fans are on 2 completely different levels. The fans were almost kind of retarded, but the players, they deal with him every day. They know what he wants to, and like if it doesn't go exactly as planned, they might even take accountability half the time. We don't know what goes on behind the closed doors. So it's one of those things where I don't think we get the whole picture, and they're not going to give it to us.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's have a look. Where's our next game coming from? And then we'll depart piece. I believe we have Hellas Verona.
Like the last comment, I still believe in Inzaghi. I mean, there's no reason not
Sunday,
to believe
my
in him.
time. Yeah.
He's got everything going against him.
Side note, we play Perugia on match day 20 away from home this week. So we need to get a point from that. We're just going to keep getting points to stay above the relegation zone, man, to be honest, because the gap between us and third last is just too narrow, bro. It's too narrow.
Yeah, it's
For those that don't know, Mario and I are talking about Palermo. Now, we've got that point to Brescia. The worst point was the one at home to Como like 4 weeks ago when I messaged you.
I
was like, what the hell was that, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I've gone out of my way to watch Palermo play this season a lot of the time, and I'm just like, oh, man, you guys are so much better when I use you on FIFA.
It's so true.
Like, Di Mariano's picking up the ball from behind the halfway line in real life, and I'm getting off my couch going, go, do like I do in FIFA, run directly, go.
Right? It's not that hard. Just do a step over. Switch the ball. Fucking guy
switch the ball to Brunori. How did you not make that run, Brunori? Oh, yeah. I wasn't controlling you all good. So.
Yeah, Palermo's in 13th. Parma's in 6th place. And they are a difference of 3 points.
If we can beat Perugia away, who are in the relegation zone, and get one more win out of Ascoli or Bari, it'll go a long way into the last 17, 18 games. I love the fact that we were able to scout Genoa and Cagliari. To me, that's just the funniest shit. The best shit from the season, especially the Cagliari result.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. This freaking team. The Serie B is always super tight like this.
It is, bro.
Like,
And like sometimes if you watch enough of them play each other, you think to yourself, oh yeah, this team's all right. This team's not too bad. But when it all
yeah,
sits in and you think about it, you're like, man, this is proper fourth division style football, man.
yeah,
It's
it's
not
bad.
good
It's such a
football.
drop off. And
It,
then
it
you see
is,
them
it
like
is, bro.
compared to like a mid-table Serie A team. Most cases, I don't want to use today because today was a disaster, but in most cases, you'll see like there's such a drop off in quality. It's not even close. And then
Yeah,
they
yeah,
come, they get promoted, and then they're just struggling and struggling and struggling. Unless there's a Serie A team that's just terrible,
yeah,
like Verona
pretty
this year.
much. Couple more comments and then I'll head off. Ownership needs to go. Managers can be worked with if given the tools for the job. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. Debbie, I mean this with my full head and heart. You give Beppe Marotta a bag of cash. He's the best director in the country. You take that bag away from him, he does the same job that everybody else can do. And I'm one of Marotta's biggest fans. Biggest fans, but this is the industry that we're in at the moment. If you don't have the bag, if you don't have the tools to succeed, unfortunately, exactly what Mario said, somebody else does. And you can be as good as you are at Beppe, but if you're going to the negotiating table with, an apple and the other person has a bag of candy, no kid's going to take your offer. It's done. It's just done. We're not even in the realm of traveling to the negotiation, let alone being there for Marotta to actually start doing his job. Which,
and it also goes to how they set up the scouting. Like, we're not looking for like the Palermo route, let's say, where they're looking for Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, for like these small no-name players that you could just throw in and you're like, I hope he does good because this guy has a lot of potential from where he came from. It's no, we need an established midfielder who's Champions League ready, who can get us a Scudetto title, can walk into the starting 11 and be that guy. But without 100 million euros left and right, you have to temper your expectations over here. Like, you're saying, okay, who's on a free contract, who's 35 years old, willing to play, willing to be a sub, but we can't pay him that much, but we can pay him, sort of thing.
yeah.
It's there's no winning with the way it is right now, and until the management like either says something and the ownership dips out or finds a way to finesse money into the system, we're just like any other average mid-table team,
Exactly,
infrastructurally.
Exactly, bro. Thanks, Massimo. I'll tell your mate I said thank you very, very much. He will enjoy the content, no problem there. Marotta allowed Perisic to go, not really a good move. I definitely blame Marotta for a large part of the Perisic deal, for the lack of Skriniar, for the lack of Dybala and Bremer. But at the same time, think about the tools that he had to work with here. If our ownership was not almost €1 billion in debt to this club, there would be no problem with going to them and going, you got an extra 4 million for Ivan for one more season? You do? Great, because he just won the Coppa Italia with us, yeah? You got 4 million? Fantastic. I'll go to the table. I'll get the signature. We'll revisit this in 6 months' time. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
He would have got a hard no from Zhang. How many times would have he gone there and gone, Paulo's ready to come. Are you ready to do this? Oh, no, just wait a bit longer. We just got to get some money in first. Just wait a bit longer. Gleison Bremer is ready to come. We got 25 in the bag. Like you said, no, we don't really have the 25 right now. We need to raise it through X, Y, and Z, Meanwhile, like I said in the last stream, Juve, for as bad as they are behind the scenes sometimes, they play the game on cheat mode. They have a bottomless bag of cash. Inter offer 25 for Bremer. No worries. Vaffanculo. We offer 45 for Bremer.
Yeah.
It shuts you up. It makes our fans happy. We can deal with our crap behind the scenes. Oh, look, Dusan Vlahovic is available in January for 80 million. We'll sign him. And guess what? If he tanks, we'll sell him. No harm done.
Yeah.
Nothing lost. We're playing in a different realm of negotiating, a different realm of transfer business here. And it's very sad, but you can only be as strong as the ownership that feeds you at the moment. And we're in a part of football where the Arab money is going to continue to dictate the flow. Some to a degree, some American money is going to dictate the flow. And it's unfortunate because I remember what it was like when Suning came in before the pandemic and they were allowed to export into external projects from China. And this is the reason why so many of us aren't literally going up to Suning HQ with pitchforks and whatnot. We saw what you did at the start. Yeah, Mario, you came in, you're like 40 million for Hakimi, done. 80 for Lukaku, done. 25 for Eriksen with 5 months left on his contract, Done. Extension, you. Extension, you. You want Barella from Cagliari? Bring him. You want Bastoni from Atalanta? Bring him. You want the best of every single world, Conte, Pintus, Oriali? Bring them all. We got the bag. No bag.
Yeah, listen, without Suning, we don't win the Scudetto. They made it happen. As much as you want to hate on them, I know, I know Ian's always Suning out, but you gotta respect what they do. And if because the reason why they can't spend is not because they say, oh, we can't. It's they're literally not allowed to.
Yeah.
The Chinese government bans all foreign economic ventures or some weird stuff like that in sport. It like I remember reading about it in COVID when it hit, and everyone's like, "Oh, Suning doesn't want to spend." I'm like, where is everybody getting this false information from that they don't want to spend? They literally cannot spend. Like
it's not even just sport. There's certain commodities that they can't invest in anymore as well.
And so, like once that law is lifted, I think then we're back in business if they're still around. But until then, unfortunately, we're playing with handcuffs. You know, whatever we bring in Inter wise is what they could spend. If Inter doesn't make money, we can't buy anybody. We have to sell people, unfortunately. So that's where like if 100 million euro bid comes in for I don't know Skriniar.
Yeah.
As much as you want to say no, the management's thinking like, do you want more players? Do you want to fix this team? So it's like, what do we have to do? Where our priorities are right now? Is it with Skriniar? Do we pay him more in order to keep him stay, or do we, fund the team? Literally, do we keep this team like operating? Almost, it's such a shitty situation that we're in. But I don't blame the ownership as much as other people do, unfortunately, and I just hope that it'll work out.
Yeah,
that's all
I hope so too.
Really hope.
All right, guys, that's all we're going to have time for today. I'll try and stay true to my promise. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I've got a few things to do. And if I finish up early today in the afternoon, I'll definitely jump on the PS5 and play some FIFA and make us look a lot more attractive than we did today. Mario, what a pleasure. It's been 2 days in a row that I've been able to tee up with you. Sounds good.
Feels good to be back.
We'll get together for a Palermo pod soon, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, good stuff. Thanks, Mario. Thank you to everybody in the chat that joined. Forza Inter Worldwide. We go on again. Ciao.
Bye-bye.